Yeah, we've seen hockey really took a big jump with the Olympics this year, but like the four nations last year obviously gave us some great
Yep.
just sports watching. Obviously, the basketball is good during the Olympics. Baseball's coming back in 2028 for the Olympics. They haven't said whether MLB players can be in that or not, but like I don't know, what are your guys' thoughts? Like, should MLB players be allowed to play in that for the Olympics? And it's like, could they just like make, maybe like an extended all-star break,
Yeah.
kind of like what hockey does for these? Like, I think it's a way to make the all-star break, which baseball already has by far the best one, I would say.
Hmm.
People actually care and like
Yep.
would watch comparatively. But do you just throw that away for the Olympics? Like,
Mhm.
what do you do? Like, do you still do that for players that aren't going to be in the Olympics? Like, do you, I guess, like, one, do you think MLB players will be allowed? And two, like, how would you kind of format it, assuming you could line it up maybe with the All-Star break and extend it a little?
I mean, from what I've heard, it really does sound like the players want to go, and that's priority number one. If there's player interest, which in my head shouldn't be too hard to get, uh, it's there. You
Yep.
know, the CBA expires after this year, so that's a whole other mess. But hopefully, out of that, we get something that makes international play a little easier. Because as much as I love the WBC starting before the regular season, it's a lot of fun. It gasses me up to watch some baseball all the way through the summer. It's not optimal for the players.
Mm.
If we lived in a world where there was an international break around July, around that All Star period, maybe a little less games in the MLB season, but if you had an international break that allows for consistent international play for the top players and top nations, that could drive baseball through the roof. Not just for sports fans, not just for baseball fans, just for the casual fan, like how hockey just had its moment in the Olympics.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. I think I was just making sure the Olympics are in Los Angeles in 2028, which would make it that much more feasible. We don't have to send the players across the or over whatever to a different country or continent. I think it is interesting because obviously not everyone's going to be involved in the Olympics. So for the players who aren't involved, it takes them kind of out of the rhythm of the season. But I think also there's a benefit to that as well, where you're not playing. Like you just kind of get to reset, have yourself a break. It won't be good for guys who are on fire and have multi-game hitting streaks at that point. But for guys who are maybe slumping, this is a great way to reset and spend time with family, go out and on a trip somewhere. Um, but yeah, I don't know how the MLB would go about that. I think it's interesting because I feel like baseball is probably, I mean, all sports, but baseball really tries to get as much out of every game that they can in terms of profit. And so for them to kind of turn away a profitable weekend, and probably would they at that point then stay with 162,
Um,
I don't think so. I think
right?
you'd see something like 152, 154. With the Olympics, we'll keep using the Olympics as the example. This Olympic tournament should be pretty short. This is not the World Baseball Classic is already pretty short. This is going to
Right.
be this would be shorter than that. This is going to be a couple of games and a quick medal round.
Yeah, you could probably get it through in a week if
Hmm.
you're playing almost every day. There's games.
Yeah.
Mm.
How
I don't
many?
think I don't think baseball would allow 162 to change, which will be a problem.
Yeah.
And I don't think the players honestly would want to let it go just for guys chasing single season records, things like
Right.
that. They're gonna want all of those
Hmm.
at bats, all those games. So
Yeah.
it really just becomes tough. You're extending the season more, starting it a week earlier, ending a week later, which could be a problem.
Yeah.
You have a Northeast team in the World Series. You're going to be playing in the middle of November.
Right. Yeah.
And
That
it just also at that
a
point
lot of
becomes
different.
crazy for players report to spring training right after the Super Bowl in
Sure.
February. And then you could be going all the way to November. Like these guys do also need some rest at some point.
Yeah.
Get 3 months off.
Hmm. A lot of different impacts. Obviously, it'd be great to see them play, and I think they're interested in playing. The logistics are, it seems like a mess for them to figure it out. But hey, I'm not the one that needs to figure it out. So I'm sure, people are getting paid enough money to figure that out.
Who knows if the MLB will even be going on in 2028? Maybe it'll just be as easy as just go
Oh,
play the
geez.
Olympics.
Oh boy. 27's already a problem. You're telling me we're gonna do 2 seasons of this?
You never
Oh
know.
no. Oh no.
Yeah, it's possible. That's a good point. And that was, yeah, definitely a thinker. I'm still trying to figure out. I'm not sure.
I mean,
Obviously, it'd be great. I just don't
look,
know how feasible.
I
the
mean,
Olympics,
all I know is that baseball is the only sport that has this problem. You got basketball at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Soccer is what it is. Soccer doesn't need any help. They
Nope.
got plenty of international breaks. They get all the international play in the world.
Yep.
Hockey, we just saw, had a perfect international break, and everything good for hockey, everything that could go well for hockey happened, especially for American hockey. But baseball is the only sport where we have an issue with this.
yeah, I mean,
Something has to give.
the numbers would go crazy if they can make it work, especially if you get like USA Japan is probably the best outcome.
Yeah.
And if you just get that in a gold medal game, I mean, the hockey game did 27 million people, like max viewers, which was a record for something starting that early. It's
Yep.
like in LA, you're gonna have all like the Japan fans that are living on the West Coast. You'll have people in Japan, like,
Oh my God.
If
LA
you
would
if
be
you put
flooded.
if you put Samurai Japan in a gold medal game with a best on best play, everyone in that country will wake up to watch.
and
Yeah.
They
then
will have they will have a giant contingent at Dodger Stadium to go watch that game. That will be an all-time baseball game, a U.S. Japan gold medal game.
and it's like in the middle of the season, all the pitchers will be ramped up. You could have everyone
Yeah.
playing. There's no like, oh, I gotta just get in some work or whatever. Like guys could throw a complete game. Like you maybe see a no hitter or something
Yeah.
crazy. You're not
Yeah.
going
You're
to
not
see
going to
that
see
in the
that. That's
WBC.
true. That's a
No,
great point.
I don't know. It could really take international baseball. It has the groundwork is there. Does that mean something's going to happen? Like it can't be all college players. Like
Right.
there's going to be minor leaguers that go play.
Yeah.
It's how do you, I guess, get major leaguers in there? I don't know. It's tough. But I guess
Yeah.
that's what the WBC gives us to some extent.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, it's a week, right? So you should be able to. It does change a few things, as we had mentioned, and we listed off quite a few different things that probably short-sighted doesn't really matter, but in terms of a longer view, which is how baseball needs to be viewed, given that it's 162 games, definitely an impact there. So the alternative to that would be college guys playing, and then they would be playing against overseas professionals.
Yeah, you
Probably.
got KBO, CPBL, MPB.
Interesting.
They all take breaks for the Olympics, and they get to send their guys out.
Huh. That is fascinating. Then you can have a miracle on dirt instead of
It would be a miracle on dirt. A bunch of non 40 man prospects and amateurs going out and play. It would be a story, and people would love that. But people want to see their stars. People want to see best
100%.
on best. We gotta get with the program here.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice little think tank for us on the Go To podcast. It's kind of what we provide.